Was driving someone home who needed to get safely home, and unfortunately it didn't end up that way.
Family and friends remembering tonight the lives of a ride-sharing driver and a player for the Indianapolis Colts who were killed by an alleged drunk driver. We've learned the man arrested in this case had been deported not once, but twice, and was in the country illegally. According to court documents, 37-year-old Manuel Orrego Zavala had nearly 3 times the legal limit of alcohol in his system. Authorities say he was using an alias when he was taken into custody. They say he was deported in 2007 and again in 2009. Orrego Zavala now faces preliminary charges that include causing death when operating a motor vehicle and operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license. Now, that crash happened early Sunday morning on I-70. 24-hour News 8's Vi Nguyen joining us now with more on what she's learning about one of the victims tonight.
Yeah, Phil, the Indiana State Police identified the victims as Jeffrey Monroe and Edwin Jackson, a linebacker for the Colts. Monroe was working for Uber that night and picked up Jackson to give him a ride home. Co-workers described Monroe as helpful and caring, even in his final moments of life. 54-year-old Jeffrey Monroe has worked third shift inside this building on the city's west side for the past 20 years. His co-workers heard about what happened this morning.
A very hard day for all of the employees here, and certainly hard for his family.
J.P. Thomas is the president and CEO of this company. He had nothing but great memories of his longtime employee.
All the people that worked with him, around him, loved working with him. He's a caring person, just a stellar person and a stellar employee.
Thomas says Monroe was dedicated to his family and wife of 23 years.
He was noted, and somewhat comically so, that he just showered her with gifts, and was so much in love all those years.
But his life was cut short early Sunday morning along I-70 near Holt Road.
Was driving someone home who needed to get safely home, and unfortunately it didn't end up that way.
Investigators believe Monroe pulled his car over in the emergency lane to help his sick Uber passenger, 26-year-old Edwin Jackson. Both were standing outside when investigators say a black Ford pickup truck hit them both. The impact threw one of the victims to the center lane. This man will face a judge in court, but friends and family will now have to face a life without Monroe.
We ask that the rest of the community rally around with prayers and thoughts for Jeff and his family.
Now, drivers in the ride-sharing community say they are hoping to raise money to help Monroe's family. As soon as we get that information, you can find it on our mobile app. Just click on the story. Vi Nguyen, 24-hour News 8.
All right, Vi, thank you. So the question tonight, what will happen to the suspect, Manuel Orrego Zavala? Criminal defense lawyer Jack Crawford, who is not involved in this case, believes Marion County prosecutors will charge Orrego Zavala. If convicted, he could serve up to 12 years for each victim. Crawford believes after he's prosecuted here, Orrego Zavala will be handed over to federal authorities, and he could face more time for illegally entering the country before being sent back to Guatemala.
Caused the deaths, apparently, at least at this point, of 2 fine men, and then he's going to be allowed perhaps to go back to his home country. These are the kinds of things that upset the public about illegal immigration.
At this time, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office is reviewing the case. However, they have not filed charges. So how did someone who served jail time for driving without a license and has been deported twice end up back on the streets, a free man? Well, IT mate Stephanie Zeppelin dug into this man's past and what the laws are.
Manuel Orrego Zavala was sent to the Marion County Jail after Indiana State Police say he hit Colts player Edwin Jackson and Jackson's Uber driver Jeffrey Monroe, killing them. Sergeant John Perrine with the Indiana State Police says as they investigated, troopers started seeing red flags. And because of the seriousness of the possible charges, they decided to take a closer look at the suspect. They discovered this man who told them his name was Alex Cabrera Gonzalez. He'd been using that name with as many as 9 more aliases. And they discovered discovered he's no stranger to law enforcement. ISP says he was deported in 2007 and 2009. He was also pulled over in Boone County in March of 2017 for not stopping at a stop sign. He then told deputies his name was Alex Cabrero Gonzalez and that he did not have a U.S. driver's license. He was sentenced to 2 days in jail. But this is where it gets tough for local law enforcement. They do not have the authority or the manpower to enforce immigration laws, which are federal laws. If Orrego Zavala had been using almost a dozen different names, there would not have been a paper trail to alert different departments that he'd been deported. ISP says unless there was an active warrant out for someone or an ICE alert, local law enforcement would not necessarily know someone was in the U.S. illegally. Stephanie Zeppelin, iTeam 8.
Stephanie, thank you so much. Our coverage of the story continues online. There you can find the court documents from Orrego Zavala's 2017 arrest, plus more with lawyer Jack Crawford about what could be next for the suspect and this case. It's right now at wishtv.com.